Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, you might remember, if you're a regular viewer, that I had one of Tori's from Kool Kooky Kreatures, one of Tori's bracelet cuff kits. She sent me to be her guinea pig, and I actually extended mine a little bit and made it into this little wrap for my mini concertina sketchbook, which I thought was really, really cute. So then when she brought out another lot, the first lot of kits went so fast, like overnight. So I was right on it when the second lot came, and I ordered myself another kit. I went for the Tutti Frutti colourway, and I've finished that now, so I'm going to show you in a minute how it turned out. But first of all, in case I forget to mention later on, I'm going to upload this video ready for tomorrow, which will be Friday the 6th of May. So a week from today, Friday the 12th of May, Tori is going to have another lot of bracelet cuff kits going into her Etsy shop. So if you've been after one and you missed it, get on it. Last time they went out at 2 p.m. I don't know if she said a time this time, but yeah, I was on it, and again they went pretty much overnight, I think. So if you want one. Anyway, so let's go to my desk, show you how I got on with this, and I got something else as well. So here's how my Tutti Frutti bracelet cuff worked out. This time I made it as a bracelet cuff. I've left it quite loose because I tend to get irritated with things around my wrist otherwise. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to, isn't it beautiful? Says me, I made it myself. But no, it couldn't help but be beautiful with the lovely selection of fabrics and doodads that Tori put in the kits. And it's gorgeous. I love it. Look at all those beautiful things. And I had all of these left over. And what Tori's been doing on her channel just, when did it came out? Probably about a week ago. She came up with this idea for these little pins. She used what I think she said they were nappy pins. They look like kilt pins, but they're like a big, chunky, big pin. And she's been using little strips of felt and more of the fabrics to create these little decorative pins you could put on your jacket or a craft bag or whatever. So I'm going to use these leftovers to make up one of them, or several of them probably. I've got these leftovers from this kit as well, so I've got plenty there to make probably 3 or 4 of those beautiful pins, and it'd be a lovely little thing to pin on a gift for a friend or whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing those, and also the other thing I wanted to show you was this kit. So Tori knew that I also loved one. It was really hard to choose, so all of the kits that she had in that last lot that went out, they all had the names of sweeties. This is Tutti Frutti. There were all sorts. I can't remember the other ones now, but they all had candy names, sweetie names, and I was also very drawn to the humbug one, and I mentioned that it was quite hard to choose just one, and I was quite drawn to the humbug one as well. And what she did was, although they'd all gone, she made me this one up specially, bless her, how sweet. So it's an arty farty humbug. So yeah, I'm so excited to have a go at this one as well. So I thought I might just start the process of this one. I haven't got the pins yet to do this one with you. I know I have got some of those big pins somewhere. I've certainly got some nappy pins left somewhere. These kilt pins would do as well. Would be a lovely idea. So I shall come back and show you that sometime next week. And I will leave a link to Cookie's channel where you can find her video where she's making up the pins and the bracelet cuff tutorials, and also I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop where you can buy so just keep an eye on that if you're interested in getting hold of one of them. But yeah, I'll link to Tori and you can find out all about them. So let's have I haven't even opened this yet. I've had this for 2 or 3 days now, and I've put off opening it because I thought I would do that on camera. Such a lovely idea, such a lovely way to use lots of all those teeny weeny scraps left. And you need a slightly bigger piece to make your base fabric, and you need your piece of felt to work on, but other than that you can use all those teeny weeny bits. At the moment Tori's busy working on a beautiful art journal wrap. I'm going to be following along with that as well. She's got so many ideas. A lady after my own heart. I think we've got a similarly taste in colours and things as well. Bright, shiny things. Tori calls herself a magpie womble. Right, oh, look at these. I'm getting the mouth-watering thing. And that's lovely, and it's got this sort of steampunk vibe, which I love. With the key and the cogs. Oh, I'm so excited to do this one. There's always a little bit of twinkle in these beautiful kits that she's putting together. Look at those. Oh, it's all velvety, this one. See the tiniest scraps can be used. Really makes the most of every little piece, so you don't have to waste anything. All that lovely kind of metallic leather, very thin leather, beautiful. Oh, I've got now the goosebumps are out. So I end up with none of my base fabric showing at all, because I just want to cram everything on there. But of course, now with the idea of making the pins with the leftovers, if I end up with the leftovers of this, I can make a couple of pins with it. I recognise this as a bizarre fabric, because I've had some of that. And this. Oh, these are lovely, just lovely. A little bit of fringing is always lovely. There's pom-pom trim in this one. More twinkle. So there's lots of twinkles in here. Lots of metallic elements. And metallic and leather and sort of almost tweedy looking this fabric. Perfect for that whole sort of steampunk vibe, isn't it? Whoa, what's that? Looks like notes, isn't it? Musical notes. There's a buttonhole there. That could be a bit of reclaimed fabric from a Bazaar pack. I love including the seams and the buttonholes and things like that in from, that show that the fabrics have been reclaimed and repurposed, because I just love that. This musical notes fabric is like a kind of it feels almost suede-y feeling. More silk. Looks like silk as well. Lovely mixture of textures and patterns, and it's beautiful. So then you also get the base fabric, and that is lovely. It's going to be a shame to cover that up. Or maybe not try and throw everything at it this time. I will bear in mind that I can make a couple of pins. I might even just send, because I do think I'm going to enjoy those pins. I might just have a look online and just buy a pack of pins, I think. So you get the strip of felt, which you more or less cut down the middle lengthwise, and then you adjust it to fit your wrist. Or what I did was make it as long as possible and wrap it around a book, which again I might do again. I have still got my little bundle of travellers notebooks, and it strikes me that would be a really nice way of keeping those together. It's so nice because you can just tuck a pencil or paintbrush or both in under there if you're taking it away on holiday or something. So that's that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What's this piece? Is this the instructions? I maybe should just put that there as a backing, because I've already got the have I got them up here with me? No, they're downstairs where I was working on this. So you get a full like a diagram, like pattern pieces to cut out. Not pattern piece, I mean it's just getting the size of the strips right. You get all the instructions you need, and you get links to the 2 tutorials that Tori made about how to make these cuffs. So you've got everything you need. If you were buying it as a gift, it's nice to have those instructions in there to because Tori's made this one up especially for me. She knows I don't need the instructions again. So, and then there's all the doodads as well. Look at these. She puts the needle in as well, and the threads. There's always seems to be 2 textures of threads. Lovely, and I might throw a bit of metal. I've got lots of metallic thread I might throw in as well. There's lovely little beads and buttons. So you need one. The large button is for doing the fastening, and this is also for the fastening. So the felt goes on the back like that to cover up all the second strip of felt goes on the back to cover up all your stitches and everything. And that's obviously enclosed inside it, and then you wrap it around like that. I am so excited to try this. Now, how long have I been going on for? About 10 minutes. Right, what I'm going to do is just quickly start doing the basic layout. Cut it in half lengthwise, and then you basically wrap the base fabric around the piece of felt, which gives you something to work on. This base fabric is way bigger than I need, which is making me think I could, if I cut this down a bit, I can use a little bit of the leftover to wrap around the end and make it as long as possible. Otherwise, what I'll have to do is cut this felt down just a little bit so that I've got enough to wrap over, so it will make it a little bit short. And I want to make it, if it was for my wrist, it wouldn't matter at all. I've got way more than I need there, but because I like the idea of making another journal wrap and using it for my traveller's notebooks, that's what I'm gonna do. So I will just run a kind of a tacking stitch almost around there, not a tacking stitch that I'm going to bother to take out later because I don't mind all of my stitches showing. I'm going to be doing so much straight stitching and other fancy stitching over the top of it, and then I'll be placing my pieces. So I'm going to take this downstairs and do it, but I thought I'd just show you a little bit of an idea of how I'm going to place these pieces, and then I'll come back next week and show you how it turned out. It's just, I love this bit where you just what I might do actually is I'll use the spare piece of felt to place my pieces on. That'll make it easier later. So these are really quite big pieces, so I'll probably cut them up, and then I can leave extra little bits for my pins later as well. This little music note. So I'm going to cut that in half just as a starting point. And then the idea is that you go back and forth and just do lots and lots of straight stitching first to secure all the pieces, and then you start taking the thread for a walk, as Tori calls it, where you just go around the edges of each piece with different, I've used blanket stitch and chain stitch and things and then you can add bits of other stitching to fill little areas. I could just done some extra straight stitch in there, some little seed stitches. I've used some of the felt I've cut heart shapes out of, so probably I will do that with this leather this time. I've got some French knots on this one, I believe, and I've put some sequins there, some French knots there, and I've added some of the sequins and stuff. This one I've done some of these big stitches like that. I might throw in some of my own threads. I have got a lot of thread and I might as well use it. I love using the little dinky buttons, and she's put some little dinky buttons in here again as well. Always love buttons. And then there I just stitched that into the pattern that was on the fabric. You can't even see the fabric underneath anymore, but it had this kind of starburst pattern on it. And so I just sort of went over that with threads and did some French knots. I think these are called, is it called bullet stitches or something, where it's like a long straight stitch. There we go, a long straight stitch with like a French knot at the end of it. So some of those are that. Oh yeah, French knots there. My messy kind of French knots, I like them. I do like that one. I can do neat ones, but I just prefer the messy ones. Give you a close up of this one. All little star shapes, like crosses with then another cross over the top in a different direction. I quite like sometimes just doing these deliberately big over stitches like that. Just, yeah, I just like the look of it, and I think I will enjoy doing that on a sort of steampunky style. Really, anything goes. And then you do a blanket stitch around the edge of the whole thing, and then just sort of do a little neat over stitch to attach the felt on the back. So yeah, let's keep playing with these bits. I have these sheer ones, so I'll probably put this over the top of another fabric, or another two of the fabrics, just to overlap them a bit. So I'll maybe dot the darker one. So I've got this one is dark, and this one is dark, and this one is dark. Dot them around. they're sort of balanced. Could do that way as well, couldn't I? Let's cut some of these up. We really only need tiny pieces. Let's have a bit of light relief and just have some, just this plain dark brown as well. I've got too many pieces, I've got too much choice. It's lovely to have all the choice, but it leaves me bewildered sometimes. So many beautiful pieces. I might use the lighter, brighter bit of this. And it's so lovely that Tori's also come up with the idea of the pins as well, because they're perfect to use up these scraps. Just a little bit of shine over the top of that is lovely. Oh, I'm going to be dithering for hours over this, aren't I? Bit of shine. Let's spread the shine around the shop as well. And I always tend to put things, they've got to be straight, either straight that way or straight that way. I don't tend to put things like at angles like that. I don't know why. And it's something so lovely. I've got, I mean, some of these, this fabric, I've actually got a couple of the, I might have something very similar to that. It's not like I haven't got enough fabric to just sit and do this myself, but there is something very, very lovely about someone else having put it all together and coordinated it for you. I just love it, and it's very relaxing. This process is very relaxing. Oh, I love that, because there's a bit of kind of chain stitch in it. All these different textures. I mean, really, whatever you order, you put this stuff in here, you can't really go wrong, because you're going to go stitching all over the top as well. You can always layer over another piece of fabric. If you think, oh, I wish I'd have had a dark bit there or a lighter bit there, just put another bit over the top, you know. Just keep going till you're happy with it. And you can keep the stitching really simple and just have the straight stitching and leave it at that, because I just think that would look lovely too. Or you can go nuts with the stitching and carry on till you can barely see. Sorry if you could hear that. My husband sneezes extremely loudly. You can carry on until you can't make out the fabric at all underneath, you know. I'm going to cut hearts out of that bit. I've got these to fit. I've got these to fit in as well. And that little key is so gorgeous. And now looking at it on camera now, on the screen, I can see that I'm doing this a lot. So I need to put some more that way. And it is going to look different. See, if I put that piece just down on the base fabric instead of on the felt, it looks much nicer actually. So I know that, yeah. I've now been dithering with this for how long? About 20 minutes. And I'm having a lovely time, and I don't want to feel pressure because I'm recording, so I'm going to stop recording and come back when I finish dithering. Okay, after another half hour of fiddling about, I finally decided on my semi-final arrangement. I say semi because it's almost certainly going to change as I go along. The last little thing I want to do is just cut a heart out of this gorgeous bronzy coloured leather look. You'll probably notice that I tend to put things in threes. three. I've tried to space the little pieces out. I'm almost thinking now, looking at it on the screen, I want a bit of something yellow over here, but I have got a yellow button. And also, once I come to do the decorative stitching, if I think I just need a bit more gold over here or a bit more dark over here, I can just do that with the threads. That's my arrangement now, and because I've got it on the spare bit of felt, that should work quite well. I'll do my tacking stitches all around there first. Not really tacking, there'll be small neat stitches, so I will just leave them in place, and then I'll gradually move these pieces onto here and tack them on. The other way to do it would be to take a photo. I might take a photo as well on my phone, just so I can see the final arrangement, but I'll probably take these pieces off, put them down there, put the fabrics on, then stitch the button on like that. So the next time you see this, I will have basted all of the pieces on, and I'll be ready to start adding my decorative stitches. Absolutely love this. Love all the pieces. Beautiful. Thank you, Tori. It was very, very kind of you to send me this. You're a genius. She's a slow stitching genius. Okay, so thank you very much. That's it from me today. Oh, state of it. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to keep an eye out on Tori's Etsy shop if you want to get hold of one of these kits. So it'll be next Friday, the 12th of May. I believe she's going to be putting some more kits up. I'll leave the links below anyway. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.